Hey guys, today we're going to be actually making a real shape. Now in the previous tutorials we did make shapes, but we used the marquee, not the marquee, the rectangular marquee tool, or to make circles with the elliptical marquee tool and all that. But we're actually going to make a real shape right now in Photoshop using the shape feature, and the difference is you can enlarge it too much as you want. It won't get pixelated, and so you won't get the bad quality pixels. It's kind of like a vector, and you can make any shape you want. It looks great, and you have tons of options. So let's delete the boxes we made. Actually, delete the whole layer, and let's go ahead and select the rectangle tool, and just like any other thing, we can hold down the shift, and it will give us a perfect square. If we let go of the shift, we can make any rectangular shape you want. So let's make a rectangle, just one rectangle, and it's a shape. We're going to be working with the shape right now. We might work with the path later, depending on how much time we have. And then there's fill. Now fill is the color that is filling the shape itself. So we're gonna choose red for this sake of the tutorial. You can also choose no color. You can that's if you want a border itself by itself. So it's gonna be transparent in the middle, but there's gonna be a border. So all you're gonna be seeing is the border. A solid color, which is what we're gonna use. A gradient, which we'll get into maybe really soon, and then a pattern, which some patterns come with Photoshop, some you can download online. So we're gonna use, as I said, a solid color. It's gonna be red, and what stroke is? Stroke is the border. As you can see, you can also have no border, a solid colored border, a gradient border, and then you can have a pattern border. We're also going to be working with the green, or a light green. Let's make it a yellow border, and then we can actually increase the size of our stroke, which will increase the size of our border. But as you can see, we have a problem we have to fix. It's that our border isn't going on the outside or the middle. It's actually going inwards, and we have to fix that. How are we going to do that? Now, there are types of borders. You can get a straight solid line border, a dashed border, and a dotted border. Now, um, we're gonna go with a straight solid line border, and the key to where it's heading, is going inward, outward, or middle, both. Um, it's a line. Now, alignment in Photoshop, as I said, I stress this a lot, is really important. There's alignment, and it's by default, it's selected on the inside. Now we can go in the middle, as you can see right now. That fixed our problem, and it's going out both outward and inward. And then we're gonna probably go with outward, so it's on the outside of our shape, so it won't take up what we want. Then now, we can change it to dotted, but that won't look good. As you can see, we're gonna go with solid, and we can actually resize our shape anytime we want, and it won't get pixelated. You won't see those squares. That's what I mean. And that's that. And I can actually rotate it as well, and it works. I can make it a diamond shape if I want. It works perfectly. And then you can I'll get into alignment later and all that. I can even pop it up under and over shape, depending on see if I make another one, I can make this shape go back, but we'll work on this later. But just in the meantime, I just wanted to get how the border, which is stroke, which is the border, and the fill work, so the inner color of the shape. I wanted to get that right, and the size, and how a shape in Photoshop is different than a using the rectangular marquee tool, because if you expand it infinity, it's gonna be it's a vector, and then it will never you will never see those squares. However, on the other hand, with the tool, if you fill it in, it's going to be a bitmap, and you can see those squares if you enlarge it anytime in the future. But once again, you might remember from the text that if something is like this and it makes its own layer, and it's a vector, you're going to have to radarize the layer in order to use the blur or the smudge or whatever you're going to use. So that's that, and just keep it as a shape right now. Actually, go ahead and radarize it to a later layer, and that's that. Now let's delete this one. Let's make something else. Maybe a uh, let's make a circle. Okay, let's make a perfect circle by holding down shift, and we're gonna get that green fill. Let's make a stroke. Let's make a purple one, or a red once again, and whatever color you really want. This is pretty much a one-time thing. And then let's increase the stroke inward, which is by default into the align. As you can see, the gray is inside the shape. The other ones it's in the middle, and then the other one's going outward. So the one in the middle, once again, is going in and out. So that's that. And once again, if you rotate it, there won't be a real difference. It's always 0 degrees. But I can even rotate it with my point right here. As you can see, it's called right here. You can hover it; it will tell you it's the reference point, and then I can rotate it around that. So that's that. You can do a lot of stuff, and once again, I just want to stress that you do have to radarize it in order to use other cool features. But we're gonna be talking about the other shapes in just a minute, and when I start the next tutorial. So I hope you enjoy it, and keep watching.